Hi ladies and gents, Blackfinch here with the next in my Tier 5 review series. So I'm going to be looking at the T25, which is a German Tier 5 medium. Like all premium tanks, it gets a bonus to the credits it makes. I might even get a bonus to the XP it earns and crew XP. Some do. I think the Churchill 3 certainly seems to. Could be my imagination. I'll check it out before I do a review on the Churchill 3. You can use any crew from any German medium tank in this, and they will not lose. There will not be a penalty to their skill for being in a tank they're not trained on, for it is a premium tank, and that is one of the perks of premium tanks. I have my Panzer IV crew in here at the moment, but I could just as easily pick my crew from, he says I could easily pick my E50M crew, and put them in instead. And still 100%, and a slightly more skilled crew. Not as skilled as I'd like, to be honest. So this game will do them some good. So that's one of the perks of the tank. So having a look at it as a vehicle, the hull armor 50, 45, 20 is a little bit slow. It's not amazing. It is not the worst medium for its tier by any stretch of the imagination, but it will bounce shots, especially if angled well. The turret armor, it's a really flat turret, and it's not great armor. You certainly won't want to be hull downing in this thing, but again, it's a tier 5 medium. It's not supposed to be super tough, but what it does have going for it is two things. First of all, 450 horsepower engine for a 20-ton tank. That's quite a nice ratio. 610 hit points is a lot for a medium. If I click the right buttons, you'll see, for example, the Panzer IV, 480, the T25, 450. Do I have any other mediums? Yes, I do. The Sherman 3, 465. 610. KV1, 640. That's one of the bigger, meaner heavies for the tier. So that T25 has a good health pool for a medium, a really good health pool. Against same tier mediums, it can really bully them. Top speed is 60. It's quite quick. The one letdown area, the biggest letdown area of this tank is this awful gun. 116 mil of penetration. You can make it work. 110 mil of damage. It's not accurate. Doesn't have a good aim time. It's actually remarkably like the SU-85I gun, but without that 13.33 rate of fire. 14. Take back that comment. It's got a good rate of fire. The gun, maybe I'm being uncruel to the gun. The gun's actually, on paper, not terrible, but I find it can be a real disappointment in game. So let's test it and see how it goes. It's a tier 5 game, which was nice. Now, and I'm sure people will correct me if I'm wrong on this, but the T25 can see tier 7 games. It doesn't get funky matchmaking because it is a more capable vehicle. There's no tier 5 heavies, there's a lot of tier 4s, and there's a lot of TDs. Nasty hetzers. But we have a KV220 and they have a Chinu. Seems a fair trade. Hopefully he's going to go block the bridge and have an amazing game. See, it gets up to speed fairly quick. I'm doing 40 in relatively short time. It's not a light tank for a tier 5. Well, it's not heavy by any stretch of the imagination. The turning is leisurely, I suppose I would describe it as.
It's a trap!
I'm just gonna poke my nose over the top. Ooh. Yeah. I've got the health pool that didn't matter. See, had this had a better rate of fire, I'd have hit him twice. Let's see if we can keep his track out.
Wir haben sie nicht mal angekratzt. Er ging voll durch ihre Panzerung.
Try again. Got him. It's nice when they throw themselves at you like that. Chinu? Oh, fair enough, I've snuck up a little too far. Where's our key? Oh good, he's going to the right place. That Chinu has a really good turret. The gun depression on it is exceptional, so I'm going to move to a place where it's a looks is going to ruin me. Really? See what I was saying about this gun? On paper it's not bad, but I weigh a lot more than him. Good. Saved by the teammate. Right, hopefully I'm unspotted now, and these guys are a bit more focused on the KV-220. I'll take a bit of a risk. He's just no. The artillery had seen me, but I think that gives a reasonable idea of what that vehicle's capable of. Its armour didn't really protect it there, and I didn't expect it to. It's fairly mobile. The gun's got half decent depression actually. It's not terrible. It doesn't turn particularly well, but it goes good in a straight line. It does have a lot of health. Another medium would have died in that position earlier in the game because I took a bit of a kicking. If you're looking for a cheap premium to nasty little looks. If you're looking for a cheap premium to boost your German crews and to earn you some extra credits, it's not bad. And I will skip to the end game result. So it looked for quite a long time, that game, like my team was going to manage to, you know, claw defeat from the jaws of victory. But kudos to the Su-85B who kept his cool and kicked ass there. So Kipod or Kaipod or however you pronounce your name, well done, sir. Well done. So 10 shots, 9 hits, 6 pens. They were all at really close range, so the misses, you know, it's hard to tell with only 10 shots fired. Really, it's not a particularly meaningful statistic, but the 6 out of 9 pens is telling of the gun. It's kind of typical what you might expect. It doesn't have outstanding penetration, and again, this is all really close range and not against particularly tough targets. I think a couple of the non-pens were into the tracks of the T-34, but damage 688. It wasn't a remarkable game by any stretch of the imagination, but that was more my playing than the limits of the vehicles. I bounced 2 shots. I realised I bounced 2 shots. They must have been from the looks. 140, maybe not from the looks. One of life's great mysteries. I'll watch this video back later and find out what it was. 5 vehicles spotted. That means nothing. That just means I drove over the ridge before other people. I third on the team. So if I was asked the T25 to say what's remarkable about the T25, what's good about the T25, and what's poor about the T25. I would say let's start with what's poor. Well, nothing really. Doesn't have great armor. That's a good power to weight ratio, but it's the 30 to reverse speed. It's sluggish for a medium. You're not going to be circling things. The suspension is really soft. It's not good looking. I mean, so I'm sure there's some people out there that think this is a beautiful tank, but it's not to my tastes. The gun is mediocre. It's not great. Largely, it's inaccurate. Poor aim time. That's that's that. So what's good about this tank? The engine to weight ratio. And what's remarkable about this tank? The health pool. That is really, it lets you stay in that fight for longer. And sometimes you need to give up health to do damage, and this tank gives you the opportunity to do that. Taking a hit to finish off a vehicle, knowing that you've got a reasonable rate of fire and you probably get 2 shots in on some of the slower firing things, it's not going to be a critical loss for this vehicle, and it's got enough armor that HE doesn't just squash it. So yeah, not a bad premium to get. Not one I'm going to rant and rave about. But again, if you've got German mediums and you're going up either the E50 or the Leopard line, more the E50 line because of the number of crew. The Leopards, once you get to the Indian Panzer, drop to having 4 crew. So, especially if you're going up the E50 line, it's not a bad little crew trainer to have. If you're feeling a bit more spendiferous, then there's the Panther M10 and now the Panther 88, which I'm yet to try. So that's the T25, and I'll see you guys in the next video when I'm going to be looking at one of the British T5s.